One of the most popular things that people order from a Vietnamese place is Nam Nướng.
Nam Nung spring rolls.
Yeah, or they get the Nam Nướng on like meatballs on a skewer, or you can eat it with your boom, you can eat it with your banh mi. I mean, there's so many ways to do with it. So, it's good that we know how to make this, and this is from Snow, our sister, her recipe.
It is delicious. Brian made it for me when we were dating. The first thing that he cooked for me.
I don't remember that.
I do. It's memorable. It's yummy. Try it.
And it's easy. Enjoy.
First things first, put in 2 pounds of ground pork in a bowl. Here you'll add half a tablespoon of tapioca starch.
Let's throw in a little sweetness. Here's 2 tablespoons of sugar.
Now it's Nook Bum time. 3 tablespoons of Nook Bum, aka fish sauce.
Here's 1 tablespoon of water to balance it out. This is Alsa single action baking powder. We use half a bag per recipe.
I had no idea single action baking powder existed. Basically, single action is it reacts when it hits liquid. Double is once when it hits liquid, and another with heat.
That girl, smart. It should be noted that each sachet of Alsa baking powder says 500 grams. If that's true, then we're using 250 here.
So right now, we're just gonna put it in the fridge for about 3 hours. I suppose you could do it overnight if you're gonna do this the day before, but there will be a second phase to this.
Here, we're using a food processor to mince up 2 bulbs of garlic. I used to do this by hand and realized I could save a lot of my time.
And just the the work of the hands. I've seen him do it by hand before, and it took him a long time. And with the food processor, it takes like 5 seconds.
Look at that.
Hot tip: if you do it by food processor, use the chopped, like cutting whatever, the
The
chopped
setting.
method. Yeah, not the grind.
Warm up some oil in a small pan, and now you're gonna cook all that garlic until they're about golden brown. Then you'll let it cool because eventually you're going to add it to all the pork.
You're gonna wanna drain the oil, right?
Yeah, you will only if you use a lot of oil, but if you just use maybe a tablespoon of oil, it's all gonna absorb. If you notice your garlic sticking to the pan too much or burning, then add a little more oil. If you happen to buy your garlic pre-peeled, as we have started doing, you're looking at about 24 to 30 garlic cloves. By the end of it, this is what it should kind of look like. A little crispy, kind of clumpy, and smelling delicious.
Now, once it's cooled, you're gonna add that to your meat mixture that you made prior to this.
On most occasions, we'll take that cooled pan of cooked garlic and place it into the refrigerator to cool down the whole shebang before we add it to the meat mixture. At this point, it's pretty much ready to cook, but we were saving it for a later time because we still had leftovers to finish.
Now, when you're ready to bake it, you just want to put it on a baking sheet. We line ours with foil. Ours doesn't typically fill the entire baking sheet, so we do this like little rim to make sure that the oil doesn't spread to the pan. But ideally, you probably want to make it about half an inch thick.
This way, it kind of spreads and bakes evenly. Of course, you can create other shapes. Like I said before, you can eat it as a meatball form or in patties, it's up to you. But we like to have one big slab so that we can slice it up later and eat it with our spring rolls or cool.
Now, while you're spreading out your meat mixture, make sure you preheat your oven to 350, and then you're going to bake it at 350 for about an hour or until golden brown.
And this is what it looks like. On average, we probably bake ours for about 45 to 50 minutes.
We slice them up probably like half an inch or quarter of an inch thick and about 6 inches long because that's kind of the perfect size for spring rolls. It's really hard to not eat these while we're cutting because they're perfect snack bites, but hold tight. Eat it. Well, they are pretty good alone as well, but amazing in spring rolls. Our favorite.
Now, these aren't steamed hams, but did you see the steam coming off of them hams?
Now, the spring roll format is wet your rice paper wrapper. Does not have to be hot water, it can just be room temp. Then we do lettuce, cucumber. I like the pickled carrot and daikon in it, so we put that in there. Brian's family specifically does pineapple, which I thought was really weird at first, but is a great touch. What else do we add? Mint.
Mint or basil.
And Nướng, obviously. And
There she is, dipping it in our peanut sauce. Peanut sauce.
peanut sauce.
We'll link you the video to the peanut sauce.
I also forgot to add, we do usually add bung in there. I am a little bit on this low carb, anti-inflammatory thing. I just deal with the rice paper, but we do add bung in there.
Typically. And if you like Nướng, go ahead and drop a like. In the comment section, tell us what's your favorite way to eat Nướng. Much love, everybody. Stay safe.